How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is my every Thursday blog, and today I want to talk to you about Hillary Clinton. I know if you're a partisan in her favor, you're not going to listen to anything I say, and no matter what I say, you'll say it's hate, you'll say it's disgusting, you'll close your mind to any truth I'm going to tell from now on, and you might as well turn it off right now. But if you have any intelligence or open-mindedness, and if you really want to know the truth, and I know it's hard, it's very difficult to want to face the truth about any favorite candidate. It's like facing the truth about your own child. Somebody tells you he's a murderer, well, he didn't really mean it. If somebody tells you he's a maniac, it's only temporary. If you just hear that he just went nuts, so what? He just acts that way. He's really a normal person. He just doesn't know how to express it. You can't find the ability to feel the truth about anybody you care about so much, and especially when somebody's in a race and their survival and your party's survival is involved, you become emotionally attached, and you're so desperate to win that you couldn't care less if you're right or wrong. You don't know that you don't care, but you have a conflict of interest. If the truth comes out that she stinks, you're finished, and you're miserable, and you lost your great cause. So this conflict of interest makes you close your mind and not to be able to think straight. But if you're at all a normal person and you might try to stay normal for 3 more minutes during the time of my presentation here, let's be honest about Hillary Clinton. All you know is that she doesn't deserve this job in any way to be President of the United States. The only thing she ever accomplished in her life is create a healthcare program about 10 years ago that almost sunk her husband's presidency because it was a big waste of time. It was an unbearable, preposterous thing that everybody laughs at today, and Democrats never mention it. You never hear a word about it because it was the most destructive thing that could have ever happened. And if a person never did one thing in their lives except one certain thing that was so terrible that they can't even mention it, because it was so destructive and weightless that it was the most hopelessly preposterous idea in the world. One big flop makes you deserve the top job. You deserve the top job because you're proving yourself incapable of doing one thing right. You never did anything else before. You only tried one thing and it stunk. And would you walk in to a company and say, "Here, what's your credentials?" "My credentials is I never did nothing for a living except this." How did it work out? It stunk. It caved in a second. Okay, you got the job. This could never happen in any field except politics. Not only did she accomplish nothing because she never was challenged to accomplish anything, but now she starts to sound like a stateswoman. She is going to tell you exactly how to win this war or how to lose the war, what to do about the war. The fact of the matter is she's taken more positions about this war than any hooker in a whorehouse. Every single day she was in a different position. If she took that many positions when she was in the White House, there would have been no problems with this whole marriage. Let's be very honest about it. She was totally in favor of this war for 3 years, just like Bush was, because she felt her patriotic duty was to support the war. All the evidence proved to her there's no reason to disagree with the war. The war was a perfect idea, and we have to stick with it, and we have to win it. Then all of a sudden became a contest for the nomination. As the contest for the nomination came, she found out that it's a totally unpopular stand. The leftist side of her party was against it. The country started to become against it, and it became an unpopular war. All of a sudden, she decided, well, the evidence proved that we were defrauded, we were faked out, everything was a lie, and there's no excuse in the world to support this war. Now, how come there was no lie for the first 3 years, and all of a sudden, as you're afraid to lose an election, the whole thing became a lie? Did you have any new evidence? How come she never showed you any new evidence? How come she showed you nothing about why she suddenly converted into a whole opposite side? How? It was the same story that it was before. She says, now the evidence proves. Which evidence? There's no new evidence, and she found out nothing new. The only thing she found out is she might lose an election. And as the election became more and more dangerous and the position became less and less popular, she decided that she likes the war less and less. By the time Bush's poll number was 60%, she was slightly against the war. When it became 40%, it was disgusting war. Then it went down to 34%. This war should never have been allowed. It was a fake war. The whole thing was a lie. She was defrauded. The whole country was defrauded. Where was anybody defrauded? And how come you never knew you were defrauded until the election came? For 3 years, you never thought you were defrauded? And you were totally for it, and as the election started to come about, and you thought to yourself your future was in danger in terms of becoming a president, all of a sudden the whole thing became a fake, without evidence. No new evidence ever surfaced, anywhere, from any place. Identified once what you found out that made this war suddenly worthless. You found out only one thing. that the war doesn't matter to you. Principle means nothing. The survival of our country means nothing. Whether we win or lose means nothing. Nothing matters. Winning or losing about the war means nothing. Winning or losing the election means everything. And the cost to America about losing the war could be anything. It will mean nothing to you as long as you win the election. It could destroy America. You'll never notice it. If you win the election, you'll say, thank God. You mean well. And if everybody who's on your side means well. But do they care? Do they care about the consequences? Do they study anything? Do they care about anything? Do they know about anything? Do they want to know? Nothing. The minds are closed, and yours is closed. They only see one thing. Could we win? And if we could win, thank God. What else matters? Nothing.